Hey.
Round 9. We back at it again with the white vans. Damn, Daniel. Maddie took so many notes this round, so strap your seatbelts in, y'all. Just gonna take a minute. I hate it when they change the names. Wally up.
Alright, that sounds racist.
Wally up.
It's obviously Freo.
It's obviously Freo, but I wanted to give it a crack. First game of the round, Thursday night, Freo versus Hawks. You would have thought that this could have been an easy 4 points for Hawks, especially considering the game, but they didn't get it done, 88-73. Who'd you have for your Brownlow?
You hate Freo, bro. I gave Luke Jackson the 3.
Me too.
Sarong the 2.
Me too.
Gunston the 1.
Wow, twinning. Who'd you have as your best on?
It's the Unicorn. He's a superstar. He's the reason that they made their comeback. They were down and out at halftime, and Wolfie Time came in and they killed them, and it was because of him. And he's my call right now. He's making All Australian, and either Max Gawn or Brodie Grundy will miss out.
Who?
Like 3 of them can't make AA. So it's either Max Gawn or Brodie Grundy won't make AA because Luke Jackson's taking one of those spots. And that's my big call right now.
Sorry, I thought the Unicorn was Patrick Voss. And then when you said that, I was like, you hate him.
No, the Unicorn's Luke Jackson.
Okay. My best on was Caleb Sarong. He had like 7 clearances or something. And I just think this year, he's just slept on. I feel like every single year I hear Caleb Sarong. And now it's fucking crickets. And he's having a really good game. Good year.
He's come, I feel like first few games was Caleb Sarong. Middle few games was Andy Brayshaw, and now it's like back to Caleb Sarong.
Yeah, they
killing
kind of
it. Which is a problem you want.
Yeah, 100%. Worst on, I just had the Hawthorn midfield. They had way more of the ball. They were in the lead for majority of the entire game, but they overworked the ball, overcomplicated the game, and they fucked up. Like, Freo's composure took charge.
Mine was C-Mac. He was just invisible this game. He only had 12 touches with 75% time on ground, and he only attended 4 centre bounces. So I was like, what was the game plan here? Maybe he's injured and they wanted to, like,
maybe
rest him or something. But
Massimo and Jack Ginnivan had quiet games as well. Yeah. Bit of a snooze game from C-Mac for sure. Upcoming, I just had that I want to keep watching Caleb Sarong. Like, he's in a team now that's kind of flourishing around him and Freo's doing really well. So I want to just watch and see where he goes because he could end up, you know, he was All-Australian last year. Pretty sure.
I think so.
He has been in the top 10 for Brownlow.
Maybe. It was either Andy or Sarong last year again. It's like pick or choose. One of them is always,
I just think he could be having like a career best year or get as many accolades as he deserves because he's still so young.
Speaking of career best, my upcoming is still the Wiz.
Yeah.
He's incredible. And he'll probably make AA.
I hope he does.
He's easily the best small forward in the comp this year.
He's so small.
And he was breaking some ankles. I don't know if you saw them.
Yeah.
He was breaking some ankles out there. It was very funny. And he had some ripper goals again. He's great. Yeah. He's incredible.
Some of these players, not just the Wizard, but there's some others and you're like, oh my God, how hard is it to fucking catch him? But then you watch him on the run and you're like, oh God. Like, he is a player that makes everyone else look really slow. Ladder, I wrote that they're both going to be top 4. Like, this was probably our first prelim potential game that we just watched.
I have Freo top 2, and I have Hawks top 4. Yeah. Pretty similar. I just have more faith in Freo ending better than Hawthorn's kind of like something's not working and they need to fix it. But I'm sure Sam Mitchell will have the answer eventually. But yeah, they're kind of not doing anything at the moment.
My just notes in general were stats-wise, Freo had less disposals, less kicks, less hit-outs, but more clearances. By 11, they had 11 more clearances. So, you know, you and I spoke about the midfield, 100%. You know, like, they're not even getting a touch. And if Freo had kicked straight, they would have smashed the Hawks. They had 11 points or something.
16.
If they'd kicked straight, they would have smashed them because they were just way more composed with less of the ball. Like, their efficiency was just way better.
Mm-hmm. I just wrote that Hawks absolutely shit the bed. They only scored 2-2 in the second half. That's abysmal and disgusting. I have Gunners are still unstoppable. Hope his foot is okay, which, rest in peace, he's been dropped this week. And that's 8 wins in a row for Freo, and they're still not being spoken about. Like, I guess maybe Victoria especially just fucking hate the Western Australia teams. Because we're speaking about Sydney a lot, who are also on a very similar trajectory right now. It's the Sydney show though. It's not the Freo show. Yeah. So, like, put some respect on my guys' names. I said Flag Mantle like 5 weeks ago, and I'm still... You never know.
Have they versed Brisbane yet?
Don't ask me these questions. What I do know is that Freo have Dons and then Saints for the next 2. So they are on a potential to win 10 in a row after dropping round 1.
Yeah.
Like, they are killing it. They could go 10-0 after losing to us.
Wait, who do they have? Yeah, and then who do they have here? Oh, called Brisbane. It. So, Freo versus Brisbane at the Gabba, for me, is the consolidation game.
Sure.
If they play good against Brizzy, then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
Slay. You want to take us into the next one?
It was Lions versus Carlton, 100-89. Which was a bit of an interesting one when we break it down. For Brownlow, I gave it to Lockie Neal, 2 to Patrick Cripps, and then 1 to Levi Ashcroft. You?
I did 3 for Lockie, and then I just went 2 for Harry, 1 for Will. But my best on was Cripper. I think 3 goals from Harry and 3 goals from Will is, like, all they can really ask for. Especially from Harry to get 3. It was pretty good. And then, my best on Patrick Cripps. A goal with his disposals that he had. What did he have, like 29 or something? He had a few disposals and just lots of tackles and clearances. This seemed more like a Captain Paddy Cripps game. Like, it was more like a leader was actually there.
I've always been on the Cripper train, and I think he's been copying a lot of hate that's out of his control. He can't control if the rest of his team step up to the plate. And if he's got no good players around him, of course, he's not going to have as good of a year. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that this second half, specifically, he was able to be like, I'm still pretty good, guys. Like, the man's won 2 Brownlows. Like, he's a great player. My best on ground was Lockie Neal. There was a medal handed out for this game as well, and he won it. 33 disposals, 7 score involvements, 9 clearances, 5 inside 50s, over 500 metres gained for an old man.
Yeah.
He's just having an absolute ripper of a year. Still. So whoever gets him at the end of the year, because I don't think it'll be Brisbane, is going to be very lucky to have him.
Yeah. Damn.
I didn't do a worst on. So
I just did Cam Rayner and Harris Andrews. I don't think they had the impact that they normally have. And I actually thought that this was a genuine performance from Carlton. And a good performance. You know, not to be absolutely smashed. And now in hindsight, knowing that no one on... Like, it wasn't Vossi's last game to anyone. Like, they just showed up. There was no significance behind it. Makes it even more special, I guess. And I think that they did good. But Cam Rayner had a very quiet game. Harris Andrews had a really quiet game. So I think they were, like, worse on... But not worst on. It was just not as great. For upcoming, I put Jagger comeback game. He had heaps of disposals. He kicked a goal. A lot of clearances, a lot of tackles. I thought, you know, maybe he's back in form because there's been a couple games there where he just has not been.
I also wrote Jagger might be back. Did great, especially in quarter 3 to help get their surge back.
Yep. Ladder, I said Brisbane still sitting around that 3rd to 5th range.
I have top 4 as well.
And then Carlton still looking at bottom 4.
I did 15th, surely, which is, the best team out of the bottom 4. Mm. I think that better. Again, the win-loss isn't showing it, but they are better than Bombers. They are better than West Coast. They are better than Richmond. So surely they lock in that spot, because I think every other team in the comp is better than them, unfortunately. Sure. So if they finish under that, I'll be very disappointed for them.
Notes for me is just that I'm not convinced on the three-peat of Brisbane. I'm just not. And I think it's just their overall efficiency with the ball. Yes, on this game they had 75.2 disposal efficiency, but I'm just not convinced. Something in my gut's just telling me no.
We get it. You think Sydney are going to win.
No, I don't.
Then who? You seem not convinced on everyone.
Brisbane especially, though.
But you're not convinced on Freo either. So what? Sydney, Hawthorn?
I don't know. I'm just not convinced on Brisbane.
I don't know. They're two very good teams, and you're just like not convinced on them.
I think for Brisbane, I'm not convinced they'll three-peat.
I still think they might. I wrote just Uno reverse for the Baggers. Normally they come in and they play a really good first half and then fall apart on the second, where it was, different this time. They played like doo-doo in the first half, and then they just came and were there. So I think it's a step in the right direction. If you're going to only come to half a game, that's probably the half that you want to come to.
Yeah.
That being said, I never felt, though, even in the surge, that the Lions were going to drop this game. Yes, they scored a lot on them, but like they were always ahead. Like the margin was never that close, or they kept like kicking a few to keep them up. I have Lions win another double flop with Levi flopping on Ainsworth twice. He must have learnt that from Cam Rayner, who did that on Mark O'Connor. Good thing that Levi missed the second one, I guess. I'm going to point out my Pookie, Logan Morris. He had another great game. He kicked 4-1 from 6 disposals. So, like,
crazy.
You know, when he had the ball, he was converting. And that he just has great forward IQ. And that everyone needs to watch him. He's incredible. And just, he kicked 98 goals before he turned 21. And happy birthday. Because he just turned 21. But, wow. 98 goals before you're 21, 2 premierships before you're 21, like.
Kind of crazy.
Man's a gun. And I love him.
And his story is heartwarming.
Yeah, it's
like,
good.
You know, he just kind of randomly appeared and then can kick from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Third game was Port versus the Dogs, 72-74. A really good, close game.
It was. I didn't even mention it, but I got perfect tipping this round.
Oh.
Because I backed the Dogs! I changed it literally with 1 minute to go.
That's crazy.
Before the game. I was like, nah, I'm going to go with my gut. And they won by 2 points.
There are a lot of games in this one where I was like, oh my god, the underdog actually still performed really well. Like, the favourite didn't smash.
If you, like, break it down, I think the favourite was a pretty tight line regardless. I think Port just had the edge because it was in Adelaide. But if you, like, break down this game, it was very weird.
Yeah.
And Bulldogs probably shouldn't have won, but they won.
They shouldn't have won, no.
Yeah.
Brownlow votes, I obviously gave 3 to the Bont, 2 to Zach Butters, and then ChatGPT said Eddie Ford, but Ed Richards for 1.
Swap the last 2. I did Bont 3, Ed Richards 2, and then Butters the 1.
So, best on, I put Marcus Bontempelli. 1 goal, 30 disposals, 7 clearances, 10 tackles.
7 score involvements and 8 inside 50s. Girls coming from my stats.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Bro's playing on one leg. He has a bad heel and a bad knee. I'm pretty sure on the same. And yeah, he comes out and he's still best on ground. And Matt Kennedy said it at the end of the game that half a Bond's still better than a lot of players in this league. And I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, half a Bond. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Worst on, I put Jason Horne-Francis. He had, 13 disposals. Where is he? 18 disposals. His meters gained wasn't as much as it normally is. No goals. It just didn't seem like he really had made an impact. Every single time we've done this, I've put him as best on because it feels like he's everywhere. When I was watching this one, it felt like he was literally nowhere.
My worst one's Matt Kennedy.
Oh.
Because late in the fourth quarter, he went ahead and he concussed Tim English.
Oh.
So Timmy's out again. Yep, he just ran into Tim English and a bit of friendly fire, and now he's out. With talks of being out forever, by the way, because he's older and he's had a lot of concussions in his career.
Tim English? How do you have that many concussions as a ruck?
He will return. I have more faith in him returning over Libba, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just like, Tim is such an integral part, and we saw that when he was out with his injury, that they were like nothing without him. So for Matthew Kennedy to come in and accidentally concuss him is both hilarious and devastating for the doggies. Who I feel like this was after 4 losses,
an opportunity for them to get
and now a win. That they were going to go ahead because they've got Carlton up next as well. But you never know now, so we'll see.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Upcoming. Let me see who. Is that the same?
No. See, I knew you wouldn't get my my nicknames. It's the Colonel Riley Sanders.
No, that is. Sorry, I was looking at that for some reason. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. 31 disposals, 7 clearances, 7 score involvement, 7 inside 50s. Kid's 21 and small. So he's having a ripper year, and I love watching him.
Mine went to Joel Frazier. Mini Bond. Every time... Is that?
Last year it was called that, yes.
Every time you've said it, I've been like, I don't see it. But a lot of his stats were similar to the Bond. There were 3 players that got 7 clearances that game. It was the Bond, it was Riley Sanders, and it was Joel Frazier. Like,
about time. I feel like he's been very absent at the beginning of the season. And yeah, if he steps up, like, the doggies are a better side.
Which is sad, because it would have been really good if he stepped up when they had no one. You know? Like, I think that makes you a star when you step up when your team needs it, and he kind of just went quiet.
Mm-hmm.
The ladder, I've got Port hovering around that 10 to 14 range.
I have 11 to 12.
And then Bulldogs, I've got 8 to 9.
I have just wildcard push there in, I have, I think, 6 teams that I think will fight for positions 8, 9, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And doggies are in that. I'm not going to give up on them, no matter, like, they've just come off of, 4 losses and a win. Like, I'm still holding strong.
Yeah.
My boys are playing in the wildcard round. They are.
We will see. My notes were just that Port fucking had that. Let the doggies take charge with possessions in the end, because they're, like, third quarter onwards, disposals and stuff just skyrocketed, and they had way more touches. But disposals in efficiency inside 50 for dogs was concerningly low, 42%. So they're getting a lot of the ball, but they don't convert with it. And I remember watching a bit of this game, and every time they went into the 50, it went straight fucking back out. Like, they weren't able to keep it in there. So I think that's a stat that's a bit concerning.
I have that. This is the 4th loss for Port with an under 4-point margin, and they've dropped games by 8 points, like in total for 4 games. How frustrating that would be as a supporter, that they're like right on the cusp, and if 2 of them had swung the other way, they have a really good percentage because they're only losing by like nothing. They'd be top 6. Port,
yeah. If
just 2 of them swung the other way. So I can't imagine how frustrating that would be.
Yeah.
And, like, how do you beat us by 30 points? So I'll be scratching my head about that forever. And just that, how did the Dogs walk away with the win here? They scored 1 behind. That's it in the 3rd quarter. And they only scored 1 goal and 9 behinds in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, how did Port let them walk out of there with a win?
Do you know what? I think that, and maybe it's only showing because, like, Port we've kind of listed as not being an incredible side, but maybe Bulldogs are falling into that trap, kind of like Hawks, of overusing the ball. And that's actually where I think the Swans fell in as well. And we'll talk about that again. Like, overusing it, overhand balling. Mm-hmm. Having to sometimes insert and be like, okay, I actually do need to fucking kick and actually achieve a target right now. Maybe they're slipping into that. Maybe that's the trap of the new game, is just that quick. It makes you do stupid things.
My only other note is congrats on your 150th game, Matt Kennedy. He's from 3 different clubs. And I thought he was a lot older. He's actually not. He's only 29, which Shawnee Manners 28 and having a ripper as well. Like, he's in that age where, I'm so happy for him to be able to come to someone like the Dogs and show the league that he's actually a pretty important and impactful player.
And I feel like he's a humble player too.
Yeah. So yeah, 150th, walking away with a win as well. Just don't concuss any more players, please.
What do they call them? Blue collar workers, when they just work for your side.
Yeah.
Like, they're not a...
I love him.
They're not a
He's my favourite.
standout player, but they go in and do the job.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next game, Maddie and I were there. 97 to 105. Swans won by 8. The fucking clinch. Absolute...
Lucky.
Honestly, for the first 3 quarters, it was a really good game. It was a back-forth game. North took the lead, then Swans took back the lead, then North took back the lead. All in all, though, North used the ball and played a way better game. I think it just showed that their age wasn't able to execute at times. 13 points, for example. You know, if they'd scored 9, they would have
Indoors
won.
as well.
So,
yeah.
Brownlow votes, who you got?
I gave 3 to LDU, I gave 2 to Heaney, and I gave 1 to Harry Sheasel.
Yeah, well, I went the other way. So Isaac gets to the 3, Harry, and then LDU. My best on was Isaac. 7 clearances, 3 goals, 24 disposals. Yes, other people are probably, like, LDU had a great game. Harry had a great game. But for Heaney, watching it as a supporter, it didn't look like he was transforming and changing the game. Yet look how much he was able to achieve. Like, that's his new marker. Like, that's his base. He had 6
maybe
tackles
not the 3
as
goals,
well.
but...
Maybe not the 3 goals. Like, maybe 1 to 2. But if that's his low, that's cray-cray. That is cray-cray.
When Kerno was announced not playing this game, I did say to my friend Cal that I was like, you got to watch out for Heaney. He steps up in the forward half when his team really needs it. And
yeah, he did.
Was he handed a few? Perhaps, but he got 3 in the end.
He got
from those, like, you know, it's one thing to, like, maybe be set up with a set shot off a free kick, but, you know, he at the end of the day, he sunk it and he got 18 points for them. So,
yeah.
My best one was LDU. 34 disposals, 5 tackles, 6 score involvement, 6 clearances, 470 metres gain, and 6 inside 50s. He was huge. I believe you guys started tagging him in the second half. He could have done, like, way more damage, and, like, props to you guys. I believe you guys started off tagging Shees.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, LDU was just having a fucking field day. So then you guys ended up swapping the tag and letting Shees run it around, and he got a goal in the end there. And then, yeah, like, locked down LDU. And, yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Shout out. So, good coaching.
Yeah. Worst on, I put Trembath. Not a great game from him. A bit quiet. And I don't know when it was, but there was one where he should have taken a mark. And it most likely would have led to a goal, and it dropped. And I don't remember there being much pressure.
Yeah.
This wasn't a high-pressure game.
Yeah, this is the 3rd game in a row that he hasn't scored, coming off of he was averaging, like, 3 or something a game. So, yeah, just definitely, like, a stint with bad confidence, I think. And it's just, like, getting worse and worse. So I hope he's due, like, I'm good game. But
like
we got to remember that, like, he debuted, like...
He's a baby.
He's only played 7 or 8 games or something like that. So,
he's
like,
a baby.
Naturally, he's not going to have the consistency as someone a bit more seasoned. But yeah, like, they were flying at the beginning, so it's just heartbreaking.
Is that yours as well?
My worst one was North's forwards as a whole.
Yeah, the second person I was going to comment on was Suv.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not stepping up this year.
Yeah, I got strategies not working, inaccurate indoors, which is silly, and at the home. And that they need to stop with the pack marking. It's clearly not working, that they just bum it in, have Suv and Trembath in the same pack and hoping that one of them marks it. And that, yeah, right, that Suv being the captain and all that just needs to lift ASAP. Clarko did say in a presser that obviously he had a PCL last year, so he's still not at 100% probably confident to go running around at the chance of maybe redoing it. But yeah, I think he will lift. It's obviously not working what they're doing. They'll work it out. They'll be better.
There were just some times where, there were a couple ones where Zane Dersma had a set shot right on the corner of the 50. Like, he was on the boundary. And I was like to Riley, like, that's not his role. It's like when you see... I don't know how you feel,
Zane's
but
having a good season.
he is having a good year. But like when I see Tom Papley take a set shot in comparison to him getting the crumb and then snapping it in, I always feel more confident in Paps doing a crumb.
Yeah.
And Zane Dersmer's role for me, of what I've seen, he's a crumb quick fucking snap. If he has too long to think about it, he's unable to execute. And that's when you need Trembath and Nick to have a bit more composure to kick it in those moments, because they are not the crumb. And that's what I think North's missing, is a little electricity and flair in their forward 50. They're too reliant on, oh my God, someone grab it and then we'll get it. They don't have confidence that when it hits the ground to get it in still.
Yeah, the forwards made their back half not look terrible, which shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But again, it's all right. For up and coming or rising, I did Foss. So that's O'Sullivan, Finn O'Sullivan. Yeah. 22 disposals, 2 goals, 9 score involvements, 4 clearances. You could also honestly do George Wardlaw.
Yeah.
As well. Both of them are incredible. Sign George Wardlaw, people. Yeah. Please. He needs to stay. He's like everything. He's, I think, leading the front on just like their culture this year, which is like, we fucking want it, fucking fight for it. Like his defense in those moments was unreal, and he should have gotten the holding the ball at the center where Heaney dropped it, picked it back up again, and they let him kick it. Yeah. Surely you've seen that one. There
were a couple free kicks that didn't happen, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to win because we don't get called against, you know? Like, the umps were definitely...
His chase down on McInerney as well was unreal.
He doesn't play like a player that's had so many concussions and should be wary. You know, it's almost like he went on the field and he just completely...
If he gets his body right...
Crazy.
Watch out.
Upcoming, I put William Edwards. We put him in...
William.
We put him in for Tom McCartan because McCartan's been out.
He had a field trip on Suv, which shouldn't happen for a third game player.
It was great. He had 7 intercept marks, 11 disposals, 90% disposal efficiency. Which I thought's pretty crispy, considering if you come in as a forward and you don't kick a goal, I feel like it's the world's not as harsh on you, because you're like, well, yeah, it's high pressure. But if you're a defender and you come in and you're shit, you cop it. And we've seen that with Billy Frampton. You know, like everyone hangs shit on him. They're not this year, but normally. They're really quick to shit on a defender, and I think he's doing really good. I don't know if he got dropped. I don't think he did, because McCartan's in. So I actually think we've got him and McCartan, which is good because we don't have a replacement for Rampy. So that could be our replacement. Ladder, I put Swans 1 or 2, North wildcard ? I really hope that they make finals. Yeah.
I have Swans top 2, and North are again part of the 6 teams that I think are pushing for wildcard.
I wouldn't have cared to lose this game if North had won, because I want North up there. It's really sad.
I wish North won, so
it's really sad seeing Collingwood in the fucking finals, but not North. You know, like who's more deserving?
Noah.
Yeah, exactly. Note, I just wrote yikes performance from the Swans. 50 more disposals from North with 7% better disposal efficiency. They were better around the ball, and they had us on a fucking string. We just kicked straighter.
Yeah. I wrote North is so close to unlocking their full potential. In an ideal world, they need a key back, Weeders, and a key forward, Darcy Wilson. And then they are scary already in the midfield, especially. They need a war chest, and I don't know how you acquire one. We'll have to ask St Kilda, but like we need one now.
Yeah.
They need one now so that they can get it. I also wrote ugly win for Swans. But at the end of the day, they get the 4 points and they get to stay on top of the ladder. Questionable umpiring decisions, I think. There were some very unfair ones towards North Melbourne. Just putting that out there. And that North need a win before their bye. Otherwise, I think their chances are gone. They've got Adelaide and then Gold Coast at Marvel, which I have honestly faith in either. I think they will get one win out of them, and that's all they need to like keep their dream alive. They can actually...
They will get one.
Beat one of these teams that are above them on the ladder, which a lot of the bottom teams are really struggling to do. They're all kind of just fighting each other. Like,
they will get one.
Season's alive. Wildcard is alive. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
All right, next game, Giants versus the Dons, 103-89. I just watched the highlights on this one. Looked like a good game. Did you watch it, the whole thing? Just highlights as well?
I went to my game that night, so this was on in between. So we
Fair.
were like kind of watching it on our phones, but not really.
Yeah.
But I did watch the highlights, yes.
For Brownlow, I put Archie for 3, Lockie Whitfield, then Zach Merritt.
No. Finn Callahan for 3, Lockie Whitfield for 2, and then Clary for 1 for me.
Best on, I put Peter Wright in brackets. Where have you been?
Leave 2 meter Peter out of this. I did Toby Green is back. I think he had a great game. 18 disposals, 3.1 goals. So much better for him. 6 tackles, 6 score involvement, 7 clearances. Huge lift from the skipper, especially because they weren't leading at halftime.
Yeah, and people have been hanging shit on him as well. Been
Yeah.
like a bit silent.
Yeah, he's had some stinker of games, and he'd be first to admit that as well. I love him. But yeah, it was a good, like, he helped carry his team to a victory, which is all you can do at the end of the day.
It seemed like an even matchup.
Don't say that. Don't put the Giants.
Even matchup.
Don't put the Giants and don't put Essendon on the same
Even
level.
matchup.
One of those teams is finishing bottom 4, the other one is not. I can tell you that.
Yeah, the other one's going to finish like 14th. That's close to bottom 4.
No.
I didn't have a worse
Neither did
on. I think like they both played as good as they could have. Upcoming, I just put Nate Caddy. He's the glimmer of freaking hope and light for the Bombers, and he, when given the opportunity to mark it, he fucking marks it. He doesn't execute and kicks through the hoops, but at least he grabs it. That's more than what some of the other forwards are doing.
My up and coming is 2 meter Peter.
What?
He's absolutely revived his career, sticking to the forward role, but also now rucking. Who would have known that you put a 2 meter fucking tall bastard
That's
in the ruck and he's going to do
crazy.
great? So dual rucking right now has been incredible. He had
But that's worked for everyone. If you have a dual
Yeah,
ruck,
but, like,
it works.
you just said, where have you been? Here he is. He's in the ruck.
Yeah, because they're fucking working him in a place where he can get his confidence up.
He had 3-3 this game. He scored 3-3, which is great, and he had 21 hit-outs, which is pretty average for like a not the best rucks in the comp, but like a ruck. So yeah, he's back.
Pretty average for an ruck. Pretty
Just
good,
a normal ruck.
Pretty good for someone that doesn't really ruck, but has now been thrown in.
There's only 4 good rucks in the comp. The rest are just rucks. So like to get 21, you take those numbers.
Not bad. For ladder, I put GWS 13th, 14th, and then Bombers bottom 4.
I have 16th for Essendon. So again, I think West Coast and Richmond deserve the bottom 2 spots. I think Carlton will hold 15th, and I think Essendon will hold 16th. And stick with me. Wildcard push still for GWS. Again, I have 6 teams fighting for 3 spots, so they could end up in that 13th, 14th.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have them fighting. They're going to get Sam Taylor back very soon. They're getting some key players back. Sam Taylor's an All-Australian.
Yeah, they've got good players.
He's one of the best backmen in the comp. He just hasn't been able to play because he fucked his body up in the fucking All-Stars game. What's it called? State of Origin.
State of Origin, yeah.
Yeah. He fucked his body up and hasn't been able to play. He'll be back very soon. People will remember who he is and that he's a great player. And I do think, like, Giants just always find a way. Not to do great in September or to finish top 4 or anything by that, but, like, they always find a way to play finals. Now that there's 2 extra spots, I'm not going to write them off in round 9.
No.
I'm a believer. And it's always a good day when you get to hear the best song in the competition.
Yeah. It's still early days, but...
My only other takeaways were the Giants team were probably absolutely shitting themselves at halftime when they were down after doing what they did on the banner.
Yeah.
Their banner was hilarious. So yeah,
It's
to
always good.
come into halftime and be losing to the team that you said has no strengths looked bad. So thank God they got the win.
They pulled their finger out.
Brad Scott called them desperate for relevance.
Yeah, that was
when
so
asked
bad.
about the banner. That's crazy. And that, yeah, I just said that I'm not giving up on the Giants that always find a way. And that I put here that does Toby resign? Does Hogan resign? Because they haven't. Key players, we'll see. And I have put Sully, Roby in the midfield more. Brad Scott, if you're listening, if you're watching, I know you are. Put Sully, Roby in the centre more. Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
He's a gun. He's going to be a gun.
Love that. All right. Suns versus Saints. 89-60. I think this went the way that we all expected it to go, with Suns winning.
Yeah.
Kind of undefeated in Darwin. So for Brownlow, I put Johnny Noble, then CP3, and then Noah Anderson.
I did Noah Anderson for the 3, Track for the 2, and Daniel Rioli had a great game.
Rioli, I was
1.
like, because he also kicked a goal, and like it flashed me back to Tigers times.
They won this game from their back half transition. Who helps with that? There's Daniel Rioli.
Yeah.
And everyone, surely you saw his run as well.
No.
Okay, he got it from the back 50 to the forward 50 in like. He bounces 6
quick.
times, as if you didn't see that.
He's very quick.
Legend.
He's very quick. Best on, I put Bodie, I love you.
I did Bodie as well.
Which I guess plays into the comment around, like, their back half work.
They won from their back half.
He's a backman. With 29 freaking disposals.
29 disposals, 13 intercepts, 4 rebound 50s. Was huge for the Suns tonight. They scored 8-8 from their intercept chains. Backman helped with that. So yeah.
Crazy.
Didn't give him any Brownlow votes, but he was best on for sure.
I didn't have a worst on when I listed this, but I am going to comment on one, which is TDK. 18 hitouts. Rowan Marshall had 11.
Oh, what happened there?
TDK attended more hit-out opportunities, and Rowan only had 7 less. It's like, at what point was the investment maybe not needed?
They might train him forward. I don't know. Yeah. They really wanted him. They really got him. They're paying 1.2 or something for him. So they clearly see something that we don't.
He's just not living up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not living up. Who do you have?
I just had Saints conversion. Only 10 people had a shot at goal from the team, which seems a bit low. And of them, only 5 of them actually kicked goals, with Darcy Wilson kicking 4 out of their 8 goals. He kicked 50% of their goals. So yeah, to have 10 people have a crack for 8 goals, bit rough. Rough night for them, for sure.
Crazy.
And 12 behinds. Rough night for them.
Crazy town. Upcoming?
It's Darcy Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
He kicked 4.1 goals, 22 disposals, and he had 3 tackles. And I wrote, go to North, the Saints can't pay you.
Ooh.
His team should 100% be on that. If they can pay, who was it? Philippou?
Yeah.
$1 million a season? Like, they obviously have no money for Darcy Wilson. And with how he's going, he could probably go ask someone. For everyone wants a key forward. You could probably go ask for $1 million, and I'm sure there's a smaller team that will be like, yes!
Or at least close to.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
He'll get way more money somewhere else. So I think, unfortunately, because they're putting all their eggs in a few players' baskets, that, they're kind of fucking it up to grow their youth.
Yeah.
Because, they can seek elsewhere and more money, which makes sense.
The only other upcomer that I want to note is Leo Lombard. They're obviously not going to invest in Jed Walter anymore. And he doesn't deserve it either, the investment. Every time he's played, he's kind of fumbled it. But Leo Lombard, 1 goal, 1 point, came in to the club, performed straight away. He didn't need a brew. He's always been performing. He's always been around every time he's gotten the opportunity. I really hope now that they've brought in Jamara that they don't stop their forward development. What if you lose Ben King? Doesn't look like you're going to.
He'll sign for 2 more years. Yeah.
But every single team has visibly sucked at building a forward and a ruck. Like, they're gaps that a lot of teams are not building on. So
they don't grow on trees.
Don't stop that.
For ladder, I have Suns finishing in the top 8.
Wow.
I still think that, I don't think they'll be the 9th or 10th spot. Maybe even higher, honestly. They're part of my, I have 7 teams that I'm, locked into finals, and they are one of them, so they'll probably finish, 6th or 7th. Maybe. And then Saints, they are part of my wildcard push, but I do have them in, the 11th or 12th. I think they'll just miss out. But do, better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know with Suns. My gut, I just commented on the Saints. I think the Saints will be that 10th to 14th, but I don't know on the Suns. I genuinely don't know where they're going to be.
My only takeaways were, Suns need to keep this 2 weeks in the Northern Territory deal up forever because it's a free 2 wins to pad their ladder every season. They're undefeated there, and with how they go against Port Adelaide this season, they could be 10-0, which is crazy. And they get paid, I think, $4 million or something to play up there. Sounds like a fucking win-win to me. Yeah.
And the kids love
Northern
it.
Territory is a huge football state. It's just like the logistics of having a team up there and playing up there, probably not yet, but you never know, 20th side.
It's just so heartwarming seeing the kids so excited, you know, like, and you know, all those kids get fucking nothing. You know, they got shit schooling up there. They do.
Oh, she's talking on culture now. I'm just talking
like, they get nothing. So to be able to go and have, like, a good game, and the Suns make it special there.
Yeah.
And you could see Hardwick actually cares about
They're
it.
just like going fishing. Ross was very funny on his comments, saying that we should have a gather round up there and all the teams should play up there. Just commenting on how it's like a bit bullshit that it's kind of you're traveling all the way out there and playing in horrible conditions to lose. Like, I get it. You can be salty.
Where were we?
I have a few more notes. How did Ben Long not get suspended after slapping Clary in the face? When I saw him on the field, I was like, what? That's ridiculous. We can hit people in the head and play the next week. I have Saints are still yet to compete with a team above them on the ladder. So we'll see after Tigers this round. They'll have some more harder teams and we'll see how they go. I have poor Cal Wilkie because he got injured and he had been the only player in the comp to play 100% time on ground until he got injured. So whoever put that stat out there for me to know, you jinxed him. And then obviously we know now that he's okay and he is playing. But at the time, he's injured, maybe not playing, and then Alex Taru in the VFL goes ahead and decides to just punch a dude in the face a few times and get banned. Like, that could have been your opportunity to play in AFL again because he's been dropped a few weeks now.
Yeah.
But he's gone and fucked it by letting his temper get out a little bit. But obviously now we know that Wilkie has been named, so thank God. But yeah, Taru, you're an idiot, bro.
Yeah.
I love you, but you're an idiot.
Yikes. I'm sure a game Maddie wants to talk a lot about. 122-68. Geelong absolutely say, can y'all shut the fuck up? You're not good. You're old, you're slow, and you're reliant on one person.
And we're a good team, don't forget.
And we can compete.
Mm-hmm.
And are not deserving of that wild card place you keep saying, Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Brownlow for me, I went Bailey Smith, Scott Pendlebury, and Sean Manor.
Okay. I did Baz for the 3, Max Holmes for the 2, and I gave O'Shane Mullen, greatest tagger in the league, the 1. Because I think his impact on that game is probably enough for the umps to be like,
yeah, what do they called him? The Irish Dacos.
Irish Dacos, bro. He's the O'Shane Mullen, alright? For fuck's sakes. Or the Osen is what Fags calls him. Osen.
Yeah, crazy.
I was like, no wonder why he's a good tagger. You don't even bother to learn his name. Put some research back.
That's
Anyways.
crazy. Best on, I think we've got the same person.
It's O'Shane Mullen. He kept Dacos to 55% disposal efficiency and also showed that he can contribute offensively as well. So when he saw an opportunity, instead of what he normally would do, which is just, it's called the Guinness grip. Guinness grip onto his tag. He's like, nah, I can see like a clearance here. I'm going to help contribute the other way and not just hold down one player. He got 5 clearances, 4 inside 50s and 9 score involvements. I believe it was his career best game ever. So yeah, again, not only is he locking down important plays for the other team, but now he's contributing. Like, I'm so excited for him.
And he seems like a cutie.
Yes, I heard the story of how he actually came to Geelong. I have to send it to you. It was fate.
It was meant to be.
Fate. Yep.
He kicks like a Gaelic player. They kind of crump and go like that. Yeah. When they kick, obviously because
I feel like
because
it's it's a circular ball. It probably needs a lot more oomph to actually.
Whereas most AFL players go like that, and he literally will go. Anyways, worst on, I had Steele side bottom. 82% time on ground with 7 disposals. I think it's starting to show. He was second worst on ground for AFL Fantasy below Darcy Moore, who got injured.
Concussed by O'Shane Mullen.
Shout out! Jokes. I hope you're okay, Darcy Moore.
Yeah, that one's heartbreaking.
We don't need another Nathan Murphy.
I did just Pies' speed and also their scoring. We, for like the first time ever, went for handball chains and speed across the ground instead of our normal like kick into space plays that we have, and we just like completely exposed them.
You kind of just run around teams.
They could, yeah. Well, we have so many athletes and so many runners is what everyone's learning now. Like, even Scratcher, he's over 200 centimetres, but he'll run the whole game. Dempsey's always in both goal squares.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you'll be like, oh my god, what's Dempsey doing in the back forward goal square? And then you'll blink when it's in our forward 50 and Dempsey will be there in the goal square ready. Yeah. He's kicked 17 goals from the goal square in 2 seasons. 17.
Crazy.
That's hoops. Yeah, we just completely exposed them for their speed and their scoring. They're struggling to score over 80 points, so if any team can get above that, like, you're going to win. Yeah. Because they just can't score.
Yeah. Upcoming, I put O'Shane. I would love to see... I'm first and foremost happy to see that he's getting the praise that he should be getting, because for the last 2 years you've been commenting on how good of a tagger he is. And
best in the league by a long shot.
I'd love to see him in a non-tagging position at some point, some way, some shape, somehow. But if that's what is his role and builds his confidence so that he can go do more cool shit, like get the clearances and stuff, then that's fine too.
I think he's kind of shown that he can do both. And I can't imagine how much concentration he needs to not only be aware of what his team's doing now that he's contributing in that way and what he needs to do, but also to lock down the person.
Yeah. And
he doesn't get a lot of time and a lot of notice.
No.
At all. I did Ollie Henry. He kicked 4-2 this game.
He did have a really good game.
Yeah, our Smalls kind of just went to town on them. So yeah, I'm here for an Ollie Henry resurgence any day.
He's good when he's good.
Any day. We didn't play him like at all last year, or the beginning of this season. So yeah, I'm always like nervous when he's named again. And yeah, the second he gets a goal, I'm always like, I'll see you next week, bro. Yeah, he's doing great.
Ladder, I put Geelong 6 or 7. And then Collingwood 11, 12.
Yeah, I have Cats top 6. I think we're locked that we won't play in wildcard. I think there's a clear divide between the top 6 and then the bottom 12. Mm-hmm. Math is mathing. And Pies, I think, will finish, 10th or 12th areas. I think they might sneak in. We'll see if the other teams can't perform as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, probably missing out.
Yeah. My only notes were thanks Geelong. I think they...
Yeah. When Collingwood loses, the nation wins.
Exactly. ABC.
I just have, small forwards went to town on them. 9 goals kicked between Ollie Henry, Sean Manor and Brad Close. Brad Close also had a pretty good game. Oh. We switched things up majorly at halftime. Like, all anyone could talk about all week was Chris Scott's brain. And that we annihilated them, and I'm very excited to see what we can do. If we can adapt like that in every game, like, there's a world where we never lose ever again. Obviously,
it's going to be really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, obviously that's not realistic, but we kind of proved that, it was very tight in the first few quarters, especially in quarter 2. I think we played horrifically, and then we were just a completely different side at halftime. It was great. I have Blitz and Grind still to return. So not only can we, accomplish that, but we're missing 2 very important players. And that Danger had a lot more impact and influence this game, which was good to see. He was contributing a lot more score involvements. And you could just see that, he's, getting his groove back, which is great, because he's also, if he doesn't play good, the media is always on him saying that he's washed. And I have congrats to Tommy Stewart. That was his 200th game.
And a really good show out for him as well. I didn't realise how much of a... fundamental player he's been.
We love him. He loves it. I don't know if you watched any of his interviews afterward. He was on the verge of tears the whole time.
Especially when his kids were in the end of the...
He said his highlight was being able to walk through the banner with his kids, which is so special. We drafted him at 23, so probably thinking that his career's over, and to turn into the incredible leader that he is as well. I have nothing but the utmost respect for him, and he clearly has nothing but the utmost respect for the game and everyone around him. So he's incredible. And the only one I have is that Pies fans are the sorest losers ever, and it's fucking hilarious. I was there. There was 87.
Oh, hang on. I think... Yeah. Keep going.
There were 87,000 of us there. So, packed house. And then, obviously, in the third quarter, we kind of fucking run away with it. Like, I'll give credit to Collingwood. They always have huge crowds, and it's, like, impossible to get tickets if you're versing them.
Stay.
But, that being said, because there's so many of them, if it's not going their way, they are first to walk the fuck out of there. And the place looked fucking empty by the end of the game, which I'm like, first of all, Scott Pendlebury equaled the career high most games ever.
You're not
going to clap him off for that? It was Lipinski's 150th game. You're not going to clap him off for that? It was Tommy Stewart's 200th game. You're not going to clap him off for that? Like, sore fucking losers. Yeah. Again, we'll always pack the G, and it looks beautiful, but the second it doesn't go their way, it looks embarrassing. Yeah. And, like, of course they're going to continue to get smashed. All their fucking supporters are gone. I'd lose confidence like that, looking at the ground, and no one's there.
Yeah.
It was empty. Getting out of that car park was a dream.
I felt like it went in a blink as well.
Yes.
So they panned over to the Geelong side, and then McStay or something kicked a goal, and I was like, where's their cheers gone? Why the fuck are there so many empty seats?
Yes. If you go to a football game, no matter how smashed your team's getting, you sit there till the end. That fire siren goes, then you can walk out and you can be all upset and mad. So you watch the game. You watch the whole game, you sore losers.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. My only other note is that it's the Barry 3-week Battle of the Founders. So this was Battle of Baz Langer and the Dacos boys. Tonight is Charlie versus the Dacos boys, and then next week is Baz versus Charlie. And when I was stalking Barry's Insta, they've done a whole fucking thing on it.
Of course.
With AI, and it was like Nick and Josh fighting Baz with a bunch of cats and shit, and like, it was crazy.
When they were warming up, it was very cute. It was Quaynor and the Dacos brothers like kicking it to each other, and then Baz came out with Paddy, and he walked straight over to the boys, and they're all just having like a big chat. It was very cute. And then Baz walked off, and I was like, excellent warm up, my guy. Just hanging out with your mates.
Yeah, crazy. All right, for the next two games, I didn't watch them, I'll be honest.
Fake fan.
I didn't watch them.
No, Sundays have been rough.
It's just been snooze fest.
Yes.
Like, this one, good on you, Melbourne, but no, I'm not going to watch it. 99-67. D's obviously won against West Coast at home. Wholesome to watch them. Not home, but in Melbourne. Wholesome to watch them all come out and give flowers to their mums. I love that.
At the end of every game, the winning team did have bouquets of flowers, and we're handing it out to mums in the audience.
Well, we went to... Did they do it for North as well?
I can't remember.
North? Because at...
I think we left when the siren went, because North lost.
At Southern Cross, a bunch of women just had blue flowers.
Then yeah, probably.
Which is wholesome.
Yeah, very cute.
You got notes on this one?
Did you not write notes?
No, I didn't watch.
Bitch. Tom Sparrow, I gave the 3. It might be a bit biased because I love you, Tom Sparrow.
Do you miss him?
I have 2 for Max Gawn and 1 for Langdon.
Wait, no. Did Sparrow come? No, Spargo.
Yeah, I don't know what you are. That's why I ignored you just then. He's just come on my radar the past few... he's just come on my radar the past few weeks. And I think he's underappreciated and up and coming. And yeah, I love him. So yeah, I gave him the 3. Best on, I did give it to Langdon. 29 disposals, 11 intercepts, 7 score involvements, 5 rebound 50s, and 433 meters gained. Like, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. He carried. Worst on, again, I'm not going to shit on West Coast Eagles. I never shit on West Coast Eagles while they're down. They did not play very good this game. Granted, they didn't get smashed, so congratulations on that, but ugh. For Rising, I just have Tholstrup. Colton Tholstrup. Keep an eye out. That's all I can really say. For Ladder, I have D's finishing top 8. They're part of the 7 that I think are locked. I think no matter what D's are playing. And then I have Eagles finishing in that bottom 2 spot. We'll see if Richmond can get one more win. Maybe against West Coast when they verse again. I think it'll be like a percentage. battle if so. Otherwise, like, Richmond are locked with only their one win. Like, shout out West Coast for getting those two at the beginning. And the only other takeaway that I had was that Eagles were very lucky that for some reason Melbourne didn't get the 3:15 MCG spot. They got the 12 o'clock at Marvel for some reason, because Tigers got the 3:15 at the MCG. If this had been in the D's holy lineup, they would have been absolutely smashed. I think Melbourne just kind of like, ew, why are we indoors? What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only note is Tom McCarthy from West Coast Eagles came in as a mid-season draft pickup from the Tigers. He couldn't get a spot in the Tigers. Went into the draft, got picked up, has played every single game for West Coast. Shows up, gets a huge amount of disposals. He's like in the back line, kind of plays like a Josh Dacos kind of role. And if I were Richmond, I'd be fucking kicking myself because he could have come in clutch, especially in an injury year. He's from here. He would have done really good. Sucks for y'all. Last game of the round, Richmond versus Adelaide at the MCG at 3:15, 61-98. Crows came to party.
In the second half. 3, I gave Rankin. He finally had a good game. And contributed quite a lot. Dawson, I gave the 2. And then Wayne Malira is just carrying this team, so I'm giving him the 1. For best on, it was Dawson, especially in the second half. He was playing half back in the first half, and it just clearly wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So they moved him into the centre, where he should just be, always. And he got 16 disposals, 6 inside 50s, and 1 goal in a half. Which is great, and had a huge impact once he was, moved to where he belongs. For worse on, I just have Thriller. My poor Thriller is having an absolute mare of a season.
And he was All-Australian last year.
I guess, some key forwards, like, it kind of is. I feel like only a few really, like, have that continuity. Like, even Jezza was having a bit of a rough start to the season, but he's picked it back up again. Like, you're not always going to perform well. The game's always changing. Sometimes your small forwards have to lift, etc., etc. But, he's barely kicking goals, barely getting touches. He's now injured and not playing this week. He's having an absolute mare of a season, which is heartbreaking. Shave your beard off. Oh. For upcoming, I have Malira again. He's old, but what a season. He's come out of nowhere.
Ever since that game where he was best on and everyone was like, who is this guy? Yeah. He's kind of just been up.
You watch a Crows game, the ball's in his fucking hand. So you know who he is now. 2026 is his year. Honestly, All-Australian push. All-Australian push.
God.
He's averaging...
He looks older than he is.
He does. I didn't want to speak on what he did, but he's averaging this season 26.4 disposals for a backman. It's crazy. He's averaging 7.2 intercepts a game, which is huge. And he's averaging 22.8 of the 26 are effective disposals as well. So they're connecting.
Nice.
Just shout out to him, bro. Love Wayne. Love you, Wayne. For the latter, I have Tigers competing with West Coast for the bottom 2. We'll see if they get one more win. Again, I think it's just battle of who's shitter. Probably should be West Coast. And then Crows, I have, technically they're part of my wildcard push. They're actually sitting 8th or something on the ladder currently, which blows my mind. But Crows.
Oh, shit.
But I have them finishing around the 11 to 14th spot because I've just lost complete trust in them. Watching this game, they played doo-doo.
Oh.
Doo-doo. This is not the minor premiers of last year. Yes, they have a few outs, but the only takeaways that I have is, their list is just not looking that flashy. Where'd all their strength go? They're not, clearly their team's not that deep. If you have good players out, Fogarty's out. Butts is out. Tex Walker's out. You can't have a team where you lose one good player and then everything crumbles. Yeah. It just can't be that way. So I've lost complete trust in them. Their fans are now starting to be is Nick's the guy? Maybe our coach is not the guy. Oh, sure. Which everyone does the second that your team's not performing as well. But again, they went from 15th 2 years ago to 1st. Maybe they're, again, averaging a bit more to where their list puts them. I think it was a bit of a fluke last year, and maybe they really capitalised on a really easy draw and like who they had to
Was
verse.
their draw the easiest?
I think their fixture was pretty easy. They finished 15th the year prior. You're naturally going to get a bit of an easier fixture. So maybe they just highly capitalised on that, and that's why they ended up being first. But yeah, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
But hey, like, leaves one more spot for the rest of us. Sydney's kind of like taking their spot, really. Like, they've fallen out, you've come up, you finish, 12th or something.
Hopefully we don't drop off next year. If that's the thing.
Hey, we're starting to prove that maybe a grand final hangover is not a thing. Because we're starting to, like, get away. And yeah, I just have, not Hawks, Crows are low-key on fraud watch for me.
Rip, the SD card went full, so we're going to quickly do Maddie's tips with Mads.
Woo! Round 10, Lions versus Cats. Do I be honest?
Yeah, just be honest.
I tipped Lions, and we fucking smashed them!
Yeah!
Hey, I'll take that. Again, I love not tipping my team, because at the end of the day, either you get the tip, or you get the win.
Yeah, exactly. You're happy either way.
Yeah, so I did Lions by 4, and we smashed them. I'm going to go Swans will beat the Pies. I think it's going to be a fucking smashing, especially with all the outs for Pies. For Suns and Port, it's in Darwin. I think Suns will
on lock.
Suns will be 10-0, which is incredible. Crows and North.
North ball.
North are 0-13. Either against Adelaide or at Adelaide Oval. I'm inclined to believe it's against Adelaide. I think they're 0-13 in the past. So I'm not sure. But again, Crows are on fraud watch and they have some crucial outs. Like, whew, I'm back in North. I think North need a win. They've had 4 losses in a row. They're due. They're gonna win. For D's and Hawks is another one of my big calls. I think the D's might have what it takes. Again, Gunston's not playing. That's huge. Barras isn't playing. That's huge. That's a key back and a key forward. And D's thrive on chaos ball, where Hawks are the complete opposite. And I think chaos trumps structure at the end of the day, especially if they're missing 2 key people in their structure. For Blues and Dogs is another... Why is this round actually difficult? Vossi's been sacked. He's resigned. And typically, if your interim coach comes in, it's a curse and you lose. So I'm honestly really 50-50. Currently, I have the Doggies tipped, but I'm inclined to probably flip that. Tim English is also out, which is a crucial part. But I'll go the Doggies. Dons and Freo are about to be 9-0. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Saints and Tigers.
Surely.
Saints win this one, right, guys? Like, they have to. If not, goodbye wildcard. You're out. They should win. And then Eagles and Giants, what a snooze fest. It is at WA, which I see a lot of people on the streets inclined to write GWS off and be like, West Coast might sneak in another game. I think they're garbage. No offense to the boys. And that I believe against Eagles, GWS averages about like 50-point winning margins or some shit like that. So I'm inclined to back my boys. Like, if you lose to West Coast, you're out of the fucking wildcard push as well. Giants will win.
Alrighty. See y'all next week.